Hello, folks. This is Earl Teets. Welcome to our hangout here. And the title of this hangout is very, very simple. It is called Developing Your 90-Day Story. If you don't understand the importance of the 90-day push you're going to by the end of this video, what I want to do is share with you a realistic path that will allow you to create momentum and eliminate the learning curve involved in the home business industry known as network marketing, affiliate marketing, internet marketing. The basic fundamentals of a home business requires 3 basic skills, no matter what the product is or what the service is. There's 3 things that have to take place for money to be produced with a business, regardless of what the business is. And that is invite or prospect for people that want what your business has to offer, present what it is, and enroll customers or builders. That's it. The bottom line. You can't shortcut these 3 steps in any business in any way. The practice has to be done. So if you try to shortcut it or sugarcoat it, you're only going to create massive doubt in the people that you try to do business with. If you look in the Bible at John 3:16, everybody understands that verse to get to know Jesus. If you look at John Chapter 3, verse 21, Jesus leaves us a major clue of how to practice our day with truth. And then remember, Jesus, the most followed leader on the planet, whether you believe in him or not, the history has left a trail of clues that this individual is the most followed leader on the planet ever. So when he leaves a major clue behind with what he taught, the truth will set you free. So if you recognize the industry of network marketing, I'm going to utilize some stuff here to share with you some of the information that has been left behind by history with proven clues, okay? Leaders are readers. You got to ask yourself this question, folks. Bottom line, your new career field is going to be a home business, which means that you have to communicate with people. And to understand an entrepreneurial mindset versus an employee mindset, 2 opposites, 90% of America's wealth is held by 3% of its population. Those 3% are entrepreneurs. So we need to understand how entrepreneurs think. The one thing all of the top earners have in common is they say if you're not a reader, you'll never be a leader. So aside from the work habits that you're going to practice with your home business career, you need to make sure that you have a personal development plan of no less than 1 hour a day. This is going to be an income source that is meant to secure your family for generations to come. If a doctor, a professional athlete, or a lawyer will dedicate themselves to their skill set by getting the education and then practicing what they learned that's been proven, why should you try to reinvent the wheel yourself? Wouldn't it make sense to follow an action plan that's already been proven? So when I learned from a very powerful leader by the name of John Maxwell, who the Maxwell Leadership Bible, which is just a New King James Version Bible with study captions, but one of the things I liked, To Earl by John Maxwell, Philippians 4:8. Okay, I'm a reader, And the Bible, basic instructions before leaving earth, I believe is your most successful manual to life itself. You ever seen the movie called The Secret? Have you ever read this little book called Think and Grow Rich? Do you understand the law of attraction? Thoughts become things. That's why in Philippians 4:8, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are noble. There's a few more, but it says meditate on these things. So if you're focused on the problems, what do you think you're going to get? More problems. If you're focused on the excuses and the challenges, what are you going to get? More excuses and more challenges. If you focus on the solution, what will you experience? Success. Okay? So I'm giving you some very powerful things. GoPro by Eric Worre is a very good place to start to understand the core 7 fundamental skills to developing success in the field of network marketing. Very good book. Okay? Another one. How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success Through Selling by Frank Bettker. This was wrote right in the middle of the Great Depression. And it's, if you ever want to understand why leaders tell you to get 5 presentations accomplished a day for whatever business opportunity you're earning with, stick with that for 100 days, and you will have a roadmap paved to the freedom that most people dream of but never see, because you're willing to do that. So where did that come from? Where has it been proven, and how long has it been practiced? When you read this book, you'll understand the answers to those questions and realize that you just can't go wrong. Any man or woman that's willing to share a solution to people's problems in life 5 times in one day, each day consistently. Just a little magic trick you can learn and understand the importance of from reading that book. You've already seen this, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So those are the books that I would really suggest that you really dive into. If you want to go into some real advanced stuff that will help you, See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. If you really want to get your skill sets of communication in order, this is my audio version. I handed the book out to somebody, but How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So now, for those of you that got experience in the industry, we're 8 minutes into this training video. No, I'm not going to go through each one of these books and things. I'm demonstrating exactly what you need to be familiar with to really know how to put value in here that will absorb here and come out here. And if you don't practice the art of doing that on a daily basis as an entrepreneur, you reap what you sow. So if you got no value going in, what kind of value do you think's coming out? And if you want to understand the law of attraction, do unto others as you would like done unto you. Jesus taught that, okay? So if you take in the value, you will spit out the value. What are you focused on the most in life? What is your dominating thoughts? You need to understand that, because what dominates your mind will become your reality. So we're going to stop and look here in today's training of your personal action plan. Why did you get into business in the first place? What is it that you want to accomplish? Now, if you did in your investigation and you understand in your heart of hearts that entrepreneurship truly is the path, and you looked for the right business and you found this one, guess what? You're in a really sweet spot. But really, the question that needs to be asked, which as a coach, I hate to sound like I'm mean or conceited. I just know how to lead people where they need to go, how to help those that are willing to get there, and how to pray for those that still haven't figured it out yet. I understand the law of sowing and reaping means that if I want to lead effectively, I have to let my actions do my leading more than my words. So what I'm sharing with you, I've already done. I did my 90-day personal action plan the first 90 days of 2016. We ended up with a team over 400 people that today is over 700. And it's a beautiful thing on a global scale in over 7 countries. So what I'm sharing with you today has already been done. So I'm not sharing something with you that's hypothetical here. I'm sharing what I did that created a global team successfully from the comfort of my own home in Troy, Montana, a rural area. Less than 2,000 people live there, okay? And I didn't leave my home to do it. I didn't go do meetings in people's homes. I didn't go to public meetings. I did it all utilizing the technology of the internet and communication with people daily. So I want you to recognize that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to lead you. What did I do? Myself personally, I did no less than 50 connections a day to set up 5 appointments a day. And during those appointments, they got a scheduled time at a website to see a solution to a problem that they're facing. Now, they've brought up the problem in conversation about them, not my company, not my comp plan, not the latest guru I met that's made $10 million in 10 minutes. I've talked to them about them. I've discovered they either have a health need or they have a more month than money problem. And they'd like to have some more of that money. So once I've discovered the problem, now I schedule the appointment for the solution. And then I let the information do the explaining, not me. I get the heck out of the way. And at the end of the scheduled appointment, I made a 3-way call with my coach, or I made a 3-way call with the call center. Not to have them close the deal because I couldn't do it, because I wanted them to understand there truly are other leaders that are here in their corner to help them earn their own success. So I want you to think about that. These are actions I've already done to accomplish what I'm about to teach you. So it's not hypothetical. This is real. And I'm sharing this with all the conviction and love in my heart that I possibly can, because you need to understand the truth. More people fail in this industry than succeed. The only way to the top of this industry is to be able to embrace the fact that you are going to fail more than you succeed. Success is built on the stairway of one failure after the other, learning what didn't work and understanding what did, so you can try again until you get it right. Anybody wants to teach you any different is sugarcoating, and the direction they're leading is probably not a very good one. Okay? So you have to have a personal action plan that you can commit to. Now, realistically thinking, let's take a look at proof. History has proved that if you cater to the masses, then you'll hang with the classes. Do you have what they can afford? Do you have something that would improve their quality of life? Do you have something that will add more money to the budget if they transfer their spending there? In other words, is it something that they would use month after month, even if there was no business attached to it? We have all that with O2 Worldwide. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, now think about that. Those are very important things to have as an entrepreneur. So if you want to secure your future, you recognize that no matter what business you've looked at, if you found one that you liked, the most important question is how many hours a week could you contribute to your own success if you found the perfect idea for a business? It's an important question to understand the answer to, because 97% of the people who fail in this industry to get paid answer that very question after they spent their money and got started with their brand new business on day one with "I don't know." Kind of a major clue to success now, isn't it? So, the bottom line is, can you commit to 5 hours a week with no excuses? Why? The masses can't commit to 40 hours a week. They just can't. The masses are $600 to $1,000 emergency away from complete financial catastrophe. Some experts even say $500 emergency away from bankruptcy. So when that's where 75% of the population of America is at today, you need to ask yourself, do you have a game plan of how you can cater to those masses with something they can afford, something that will benefit their life in many ways, and something that could save them money? In other words, they're going to be doing this even if there was no business attached to it. That's what we have at O2 Worldwide. So we're going to develop our action plan based on what can the masses do. They need to be able to have something to go by. You need a real roadmap or you're flying blind. Now, would you get in an airplane with a pilot who was legally blind flying that plane? So why would you do like 97% do that fail to get paid? That's what they do. Oh, that company is going to be $1 billion company. I get a link, I can put it on the internet. I'm going to get rich. None of them get paid doing that. They jump around to 7 to 10 companies, trying that over and over again, buying the next latest and greatest educational program to learn. But what do they keep doing? The wrong actions to profits. So what you need is a path that's already been proven. Anybody that knows anything about success, watch what the guys do that have already done it, duplicate those actions, and you'll get what they got. So let's take a look at the number one thing we don't want to do is, can you tell me a little bit about your home business? Oh, yeah, we got blah, 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 blah. Oh, you wouldn't believe the guru that made $10 million in 10 minutes. And we did this in this country, this in that country, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you just flunked. Why? What was in it for them? Bottom line, I could show you a way that you could contribute 5 hours a week to your own success, practice in a certain way with no excuses. And that could pay a house payment, a car payment, a cell phone bill, an electric bill. Would that improve your life? They say yes. Great. I've got an amazing program that's working on a global scale for many people just like you. I'm not going to explain it because that's not my thing. I get paid to be an online guide. What I'm going to do is find out, would 4 o'clock this afternoon or 7 o'clock tonight be best for you to see that information. Schedule an appointment. Now, if it's not about money, maybe it's about would they like to have less pain in their life on a daily basis. Maybe it's would they like to have more energy without a crash or jitters on a regular basis. Would they like to not feel like they need that 2 o'clock in the afternoon nap? Would they like better sleep at night, not have to wake up and go pee 20 times in a night and get your sleep interrupted, not have so much chronic pain from inflammation that you can't stand it? Maybe they'd enjoy that. Maybe they would enjoy less anxiety in life, wouldn't they? Okay, so think along common sense terms. You are an entrepreneur, you are a business owner, you are the CEO of your own business, and what you market is a product that improves the quality of life, has a 30-day money-back guarantee on it, no questions asked, has a proven earning system with it in global success over 50 countries, over 11-month track record. Now, 92% of all startup companies go out of business in less than 6 months' time. So look where we're at today. Yes, money. That's a good place to be as an entrepreneur. So what I want you to do is think about what you have And remember how realistic people are. Now, in the industry of network marketing itself, the majority of people come in, they don't earn, and they quit, and they go with another company or get out of the industry. Why is that? Because there's no personal action plan wrapped around what they can commit to. Because very few people have the courage to be a real leader and say, you know, I understand that you want to make an extra $500 a month to pay the bills, and I recognize that your only commitment is about an hour to 2 hours a week. Realistically, is that a possibility for the masses with no prior experience? Absolutely not. It's not even fathomable. Not even. So why would you lead somebody to believe that it is? You need to say, hey, the bottom line is entrepreneurship, it's a process. It's not an event. And if your livelihood depends on entrepreneurship, it costs you money to begin, and it takes time, effort, and money to produce the right actions daily that make the profits more than your expenses, and then the entrepreneurial path works. The proof in the pudding is 90% of America's wealth is held by 3% of the population. Those 3% are not employees, they're entrepreneurs. So if we can show you a proven path, can you at least commit to 5 hours a week, 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, where business is done properly in a certain way? And if the answer to that question is yes, now you've got somebody that's not just a product consumer. You've got somebody that you can help them create success with. Now, if they can commit to more than that, great. Schedule the plan with those actions. But you got to be a real leader and say, hey, I know that you're looking at me as the leader and you want to impress me about how serious your desire is to create success. But impressing me and having you get paid, I think the most important issue is putting money in your pocket. Wouldn't you agree? Okay? So if we recognize that's the most important agenda, if I try to teach you to do the explaining and your income depends on it and you feel that pressure in your subconscious mind, proof in the pudding from the past experiences as an entrepreneur says you're going to fail way more than you would ever succeed. And the odds are so stacked against you, it's not even funny. But when you have third-party validation, which is information that does the explaining so you don't have to, all you're doing is pointing and guiding. And the easier that you can show that person that you've listened to and they've shared their problem with you, not enough money, too much pain, not enough energy, better sleep, less anxiety, okay, whatever that problem is, you're scheduling a set time so they can see a solution making an impact on a global scale with people just like them. Well, can you tell me a little bit more about it? You know, the exciting part of this is I just get paid to guide people to the solution to the problems they face. I don't have to be a salesperson. I don't have to be an explainer, but boy, if really that added an extra $500 to $1,000 a week to your family after 6 months of 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, would that benefit your life? Well, yeah. Tell me, what would that mean to you? Let them tell their story. So realistically, if I could show you how you could turn 1 hour of your time into anywhere from $20 to $100 if you practice business properly, is there anything that would stop you from going down that path if you knew without a shadow of a doubt in your mind and in your heart that you were on a real trail? Nothing's going to stop them, okay? So what you need to understand is it's not about making $1 million in 10 minutes. It's not about making $1 million in your first year. It's about you have 90 days to develop your story. And can you commit to your own work habit with no excuses? If you went out and got a job, what's going to happen with the job? If you don't go to work and you don't show up on time and you don't do the task every day, you get fired. In entrepreneurship, you don't get fired, you just don't get paid. So we want to eliminate the don't get paid. We want to recognize as grown-ups that business means there's actions to profits that need to be practiced. It doesn't fall out of the sky. So we need to be able to make that commitment with no excuses. When we understand the power of leverage efforts on 5 hours a week, you realize that if you do that, and 4 out of 5 days a week, you exposed your business at a scheduled time, and you didn't get a business bill, or maybe you got one customer. So you made 20 bucks on 4 hours where you failed to gather distributors. And you got one person with an extra hour, 5 hours, at the end of 5 days of doing it. You got one person that decided they wanted to do business properly and have what they need. So if they expose their business once a day, 5 days a week properly for a full month, 20 work days, guess what? They've exposed their business to where they could show 10 and sponsor 2 times in 1 month on 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. The masses can do that if they want to bad enough. What does that mean to you? Duplication is very possible. In fact, when it's committed to, it's almost impossible to miss. What pays you in this industry? Duplication. So what are we going to do? We are going to stick to that action plan that we can commit to. We're not here to impress the code. Oh, I can commit to 50 hours a week if you'll just believe in me. How about you just believe in yourself and commit with no excuses to 1 hour a day, 5 days a week of doing business properly first. And if you want to do 7 hours a day, you can do the other 6 hours a day any way you choose to do business. Fair enough? That's how you set the pace. Because remember, your actions are going to speak louder than your words. So if you recognize that the average stats in the market is to show 10 and sponsor 2, if you get started with a $199 pack that allows you 12 samples on hand, so when you scheduled a solution to a problem that somebody's facing and they decide to take action and they want to have at least 12 samples on hand for the first 12 people that want to get started in their first 30 days, they can either mail them to them or hand them to them as they first make the commitment to themselves to do business properly as an entrepreneur and have on hand at least 12 samples for your first 30 days in business. If smokers on welfare, food stamp dependents still pay $8 a day cash money to smoke cigarettes, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm proving a path of affordability that's already been proved. So if we look at that as affordability, $199 to become an entrepreneur properly is great. Now what are you going to do? You do one of these scheduled appointments, and when they see when they see a plan that's real, like you just did, and they decide to get started that $199 pack, you get paid $100 for that. The problem is it's going to take 5 to 7 days for that product to get to them. So you're then going to give them one of your sample bottles. And when their package comes in, they give you that bottle back. That way they can start using the product right away. You can show them they're a team member and a valued person to your business and that you serve them, not sell them. And you really want to know what kind of results they're seeing their first 7 days on the product by following up with them. Why? The fortunes in the follow-up and the relationships built with it. Those are your keys to business, folks. So think about what I'm saying. Now rest with me. I know this video is already a half an hour, but this is your roadmap. It's your income that's at stake. So we need to get to the point that's going to help you the most. Now, everything I've shared with you so far is pretty simple, pretty common sense, and it really is what's allowed people to make millions of dollars in this industry. The simplicity, the duplication factor, the serving over selling factor, the listening to the problem so you can present the solution at a scheduled time eliminates the 10 out of 12 meetings scheduled and no-showed. Why did they not show up? They knew you were going to show them a business. They think in their mind that the only reason you're even communicating with them is to make money off of them. That puts the odds against you before you've even shown them anything. So yeah, they're going to stand you up. But when you've listened to them, they've brought up a problem, and you scheduled a solution being real instead of fake, they kind of want to see a solution to a problem they're facing. They don't stand up the appointment. Working smarter is a lot better than working harder, believe me. So I want you to think about that. That you got to develop your 90-day story. Number 2, you're going to put that plan into writing. No less than 5 hours a week. No excuses. Number 3, you're going to earn your investment double back in your first 2 weeks. I want you to think about that. Everyone's got their own story. How many people do you run into that can tell you in their first month they earned 100% of their investment back? Oh, come on. Nobody does that. Really? $199? If you do 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, and you got 4 weeks, right? That means you're going to expose your opportunity 20 times in 1 month. So if you fail 4 out of 5 times and succeed 1 out of 5 times, guess what? You're going to have 4 of those packages at $199 that sold. That earns you $400. How much was your startup package to have what you need to do business professionally so you can follow up with the people that have a real desire to earn? $199. So if you got $400 return on $199 in your first month, that's a very powerful story in this industry of network marketing that less than 5 out of 100 people ever get to experience. So the question is, can you commit to your own work habit with no excuses like you would a job, 1 little hour a day, 5 days a week to do it properly? That's the beauty of it. 1, 2, 3. Now, they don't quit the business, and you don't have to go hunt for new people and suffer from attrition when you had the courage to lead with love and seek the truth. I don't care if you can commit to 100 hours a week. What I want to do is show you a process that pays you anywhere from $20 to $100 when you practice an hour of doing business properly the right way. We have the ability to do this in over 50 countries today, and you don't need any money actually out of your pocket to get started today. Now, the odds are better in your favor if you get that $199 pack, but you can get started for free. So think about how powerful this opportunity is and what you've got in front of you. Now, what are we going to do? There's 3 things that we're going to practice daily that's going to allow us to have success. 1, we're going to connect and locate a problem with as many people as we can. Number 2, we're going to schedule a set appointment for the solution. And number 3, we introduce the support team. So what does that mean in English? That means if I'm looking for one proper plan to be done, one proper exposure of the business, what do I understand as industry averages? If industry averages have proved that out of 3 appointments that you set, 2 out of 3 are going to stand you up, and you have 1 hour to do business properly, Wouldn't you set an appointment at 1:15, 1:30, and 1:45? If two of them stood you up, you still got that 1 o'clock hour producing for your business. Working smart is a lot better than just working hard, folks. So I want you to think about that. So if you want to make sure you book an appointment, how many people do you got to talk to? Well, it's almost the same as how many you got to show a plan to. Talk to 10, and out of 10, 2 will be interested. So if you got 1 hour a day, do you think you can make 10 phone calls and connect with 10 people? Maybe it's 10 people on Facebook you're going to connect with and have a live chat, or LinkedIn and have a nice chat. Maybe it's 10 people you're going to connect with on Snapchat. Maybe it's 10 people you're going to connect with on Instagram. Maybe it's 10 people a day you're going to connect with on Craigslist. Where are we going to find the people? How many times can you have a conversation in one day on a social network asking somebody, how's life treating you? Listen for the problem. Wow, I recognize that as a problem from what you just said. Is that true? Yeah. Wow. If I could show you where people are getting solutions to that very problem on a global scale today, would you have 30 minutes or so to see that at 4 o'clock this afternoon, or would 7 o'clock tonight be better for you? Okay? Does it take long to do that? No. Can you type that out fast? Yeah, you can even text it on a phone. You're looking for those that are looking. Not everybody's ready. That's okay. But are you going to connect with people daily and locate the problem first? Then schedule the appointment at A or B time. And what are you going to do at that appointment? Well, you're going to put them in front of our presentation. Whether it be the presentation at o2central.com, where you can look at the webinar that they do from Australia every week, or whether it be from our own site, solutionswillprofit.biz. And I do a Google Hangout every Thursday night with a presentation that is under 25 minutes, so you can actually successfully use that presentation as a tool and do business properly twice in 1 hour, meaning that gives you the potential to earn up to $200 practicing business properly. So at that scheduled appointment, what are you doing? You're taking them to your website, you're taking them to the O2 webinar, or you're taking them to our Google Hangout. One of the three at that scheduled time, so the information can do the explaining for them, not you. And then at that scheduled time, that's when you give them the link. And you let them know, hey, I'm going to call you back in about a half an hour, and I've got some great news for you. And that's when you're going to do step 3. This is where you introduce your support team. Who's your support team? Me, your coach, or the call center in your corner? So what are you going to do? When you call them back, you've got me, your coach, or the call center on the line with you. I want to introduce you to another person in your corner to help you get paid every week. John, I know you haven't met Kathy from the call center. Here she is. John, I know you haven't met Earl. Here he is. Okay? And wow, what do they see? They realize there's a business opportunity with real people attached to it, and they're not being told, if you're serious about making money, you'll upgrade to the $1,000 pack, or you ain't even got a clue what business is about. That's what your competition's facing. What do we got? A legitimate path to walk down with help each step of the way. So you got to ask yourself, are you willing to put that plan of action together? And when you practice 1, 2, 3, 5 times per week with no excuses. 1, 2, 3. We're going to connect and locate a problem, schedule a time for a solution, and introduce the support team 1 time a day, 5 days a week with no excuses. That is how we do it in a fashion that duplicates, that has made people millions of dollars. That is what eliminates the learning curve of trying to memorize each ingredient in your product. All the hot buttons in a presentation. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you have your 90-day plan put together and you go out and you hit your story 3 months in a row, guess what? You got a business that you started for $199 that you brought in $1,200 worth of earning with. And how did you do it? By doing these 3 simple things that anybody can do, pointing the way, not doing the explaining, listening for a problem, and scheduling a solution. Pretty simple, isn't it? Now think about what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with doing all the other things that are out there. But do that 1 hour a day, 5 days a week proper for your first 90 days. Put that plan into writing. No excuses. 97% of the people that don't earn refuse to put it in writing because they think it's sissy stuff. All of the top earners that earn put their plan into writing. So why should you be stubborn and learn it the hard way? Put it in writing. And not to a point where it's going to impress the coach or the call center or the owner of the company. Put it, what can you commit to? 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, put that into writing and no excuses. You do it. And it's amazing what can happen. When you do it 100 days in a row, like I did, 5 a day, no excuses, guess what? That's 500 times the business was exposed. What happened? I enrolled 36 team members who duplicated the actions I took, and the team hit over 700 people by September from scratch with no list, from zero on January 26, 2016 to September 2016. This is December, and I'm sharing our action plan to create momentum with no excuses in your first 90 days, 2017. Folks, it's been an honor to share some facts with you. I really pray that you recognize that this will work for you. Don't be afraid to embrace the work habits that have been proven. May God bless you beyond your imagination this year. Take the time to develop your 90-day story. Put that plan into writing with a commitment of no less than 5 hours a week. And really, if you honestly can't commit at least 5 hours a week to your own success, hey, enjoy the product first. Give it 90 days. And why would I say that? If you recognize from basic biology, all of your cells are going to rejuvenate themselves in your body over a 90-day period of time. So if you take this product properly each and every day for 90 days in a row, that means 90 days in a row, your individual cells had enough oxygen to get exactly what they need to do naturally, and all of your minerals that your body needs on a basic daily agenda is there as well. So the body's mineral efficient, pH balanced, and every one of those 90 days went by with the product in the body, which means those cells rejuvenated at a very strong potential. So maybe if you don't have 5 hours a week that you can commit to honestly, with no excuses week after week, maybe it's time to just use the product for 90 days properly. Get some pH strips at a pharmacy. Measure your body as it goes from acidity level to alkaline. Enjoy the product. And when you see the results that you experience in that 90-day period of time, the odds are you will find 5 hours a week that you can commit to your own success because you've experienced so many wonderful things from the product that nobody could shut you up. Enthusiasm makes a difference, folks. Passion makes a difference. Solutions make a difference. And love leads the way. Jesus loved us. He died so we could live life. When you look at life, life is love in full example. What I've just shared with you is how you can love yourself and your family enough to commit to some action plans that could change your life in a major way if you'll just stick to it with no excuses every day for 90 days. Know there's help for you each step of the way. May God bless you beyond your imagination this year. Please understand, I'll never beg you to work for your own success. I'll never call you on the phone. Are you going to work this week? Are you going to work this week? No. You can't duplicate fast that way. You have to help those that are willing to help themselves. But recognize, you can call me anytime. You can chat with me on Facebook anytime. You can text message me on my phone anytime. I'm always a phone call or a mouse click away, or I'll get back to you within the next day. So realize there's live person help here. There's a company here to help you, and there's a system that's been proven. The only question to ask yourself is, are you excited? I know I would be if I was brand new at this. But what I'm really excited about is what I've shared with you today. It's all the truth. What's open is even doors that weren't available to us when we started this journey almost a year ago. Okay, so it's amazing, the tools, the technology, the ability that we have as entrepreneurs to reach out and become professional guides. Let the information do the explaining. Allow us to show people how simple it is to serve. Listen for the problem. Schedule the solution. Enjoy the money. May God bless you beyond your imagination this year.